Hello everyone, Ryan here with Frontline Animal Removal. Today I want to show you the world's greatest squirrel trap. This is the world's greatest squirrel trap. Doesn't look very special, actually looks quite dirty. But let me show you what makes this thing special. This is just a run-of-the-mill live catch trap. We have a door here. Let's see if I can operate it. Trap is set. Towards the back of the trap, we got a little treadle or pan that the squirrel steps on. Then we have a platform with bait on it. So you might be wondering, that doesn't look special. And with all the duct tape wrapped on it, makes it look like, well, it makes it look terrible. The duct tape makes it look terrible. But there is a madness to the method. And let me show you the madness to the method. Okay, first things first. Duct tape does two things. By wrapping the trap, it provides shelter and a sense of direction. The other thing it does is it holds odor. Well, duct tape kind of has a chemical smell, so how does it hold odor? Well, if we look inside, the sticky part of the duct tape is exposed. And what happens to the sticky side of the duct tape? It sticks to stuff. So when a squirrel is in the trap, they're going to touch the duct tape. And their fur is going to stick to it. Their poo is going to stick to it. Their urine is going to stick to it. Their scent is going to stick to it. Plus, as you can see right here, we have some bait stuck to it. So the duct tape does a couple of things. All that stickiness causes the odor of the animal to stick to it. Squirrels like to smell things that are familiar. We do too. So when I walk through the door when I get home, my home smells like home. When I go to customers' houses and walk through the door, their house smells different. It doesn't smell like home. This does two things. It first smells like squirrel, and squirrels like to smell each other. Secondly, it provides curiosity, because squirrels are always interested in what other squirrels smell like. That's how they communicate, through scent. The other thing is sense of direction. If this trap was not wrapped in tape, squirrel is going to go to the shortest possible distance to get to the bait. You put the bait at the back of the trap, so what's the squirrel going to do? He's going to reach to the bars and try to grab that. He'll climb on top, try to grab, he'll go to the back and try to grab. He's just going to try to grab it here because he's not real bright. Squirrels aren't bright, so they don't know that they have to go to the long end of the trap to go in. By wrapping the trap, we create a sense of direction. So a squirrel comes up, he smells the bait, but he can't see the bait. Squirrel comes around here, he looks in the end, he sees the bait. And how do we help him see the bait? We put the bait on a platform in the back. Here, let me drop the pan there. See, there's a platform. So the squirrel looks in the end, he can see the bait sitting on the platform, and then he can walk up to it, hits the pan, the trap door closes. So we have a sense of direction, we have odor, and we're preventing them from reaching in from the outside and grabbing it. And the last thing is the duct tape provides shelter, comfort. Once the squirrel is trapped, he's going to do a couple things. He's going to try to get out, so he's going to work the trap over. He's going to bite and chew and stuff at that. But he's also going to feel a bit scared because, well, he's trapped now. Now, if this is not wrapped with tape, the squirrel feels completely exposed. And they will literally stress themselves to death to try to get out of the cage because he's worried about hawks and owls and other predators trying to get to him. But because he's covered up, he'll eventually calm down. I have showed up to my traps, and sometimes the squirrel's chewing on the cage, trying to get out, rattling it around. And I've literally showed up before, and I've had squirrels sleeping in my cages. They got so relaxed, they fell asleep because they felt safe inside of there. One time I showed up, I had a squirrel sitting in here at the back, taking a nap, and they didn't set the door off. It surprised the heck out of me, so I quickly went up, banged on the door, knocked it closed, and woke the squirrel up. So that is why this is the world's greatest squirrel trap. It holds odor, it makes the squirrel feel comfortable, It provides a sense of direction to direct them in, and they're very effective. And here's the best part of these traps. The more squirrels you catch in here, the more odor you get. And with the more odor you get, the less bait you have to use because it smells good to them. So some of my rattiest, nastiest looking cages, you know, like this one, you can see how dirty that tape is, often catch the most squirrels. So if you're going to do some DIY trapping yourself, put a cover around the trap. Heck, wrap it in duct tape. Just be sure not to cover the working mechanisms, because then the trap may not work. Now, the brand of trap doesn't matter. That is one brand of trap that I use. And then the other brand, this is another brand of trap that I use. Safeguard Tomahawk. They both work wonderful with the modifications. They work equally well. I've tried these setups before with taped up traps and without taped up traps, and usually the taped traps catch them. I've also set them up before with platforms in the back for the bait, and with platforms and without, and usually the ones with the platform seem to do better. The other thing that I've noticed is if I make my platform white versus wood, the white ones tend to do better. I think the white does better because it reflects a little bit of light and it helps the squirrel see the bait a little better. Because squirrels do use their vision, they have good vision. But more importantly, they're using their sense of smell. And squirrels are used to running into dark holes, so those traps look like dark holes. So those are the world's greatest squirrel traps. Give them a try. Thank you.